doing, DP Deers? I want to come to you a little differently this day. I want to share some highlights of some video I've done around the car, show you some cool video of that, but also want to talk to you today about how I feel about how this car is handling as stock, and what I think probably needs to occur to turn to a race car. So I hope you enjoy this episode, and as always, please like my videos and subscribe to Dynamic Performance Driving. Appreciate the Mustang for what it is, and it got better overall reviews on its suspension setup. But because the IRS system wasn't, in a sense, dialed in well enough. A lot of enthusiasts were not happy with the mechanics coming out of the manufacturer. So a lot of vendors took that opportunity to put together all these different improved suspension, coilover setups, braces, bushing setups, additional members to add to the chassis in order to help stiffen it up, and to make sure it was set up where, you know, it just, if there was a bounce, the rebound would just happen one time, and it wouldn't be something where, you know, the car continued just to keep hopping up and down. And especially if you plan on taking this car for racing, it needs to be settled. The car has to be settled, because as you're making those turns around the racetrack, you hit a bump or anything unsettling, that car is going to hop and you're going to skid off and you're done. And so, you know, initially when I was looking at my parts list in order to improve this into a race car, I was thinking, you know what, the car's been lowered, it's got decent sized wheels and tires, and maybe that's something I could put off to the end, to where, you know, as I'm improving the car until I actually do race it, that's something I could probably put off at the end to have modified then. But as I continue to drive this car in its stock form, I've come to realize that I really need to do this initially, because I don't feel comfortable certified to race in that particular class of racing, and then you find after maybe 2 or 3 races that this is not good. This is not good enough. I want allowed to be changed this and to change that. And yes, they have rules committees that you can write to and see if they're willing to accept your request for modifications that you want to include. But they have every right to also say no. And most likely they know why they've already said no to those modifications. There is a philosophy to each of these racing organizations and to the classes that they have set up within those organizations for everyone to race in. Most of it has to do with trying to ensure that there's some level of equality, that everybody has a fair share at racing enjoyably door to door with everyone else. You know, obviously certain cars, if you add a supercharger or a turbocharger to them, it would just be unstoppable, because they're already pretty good cars already. And then, depending upon the year of that car, that particular car, sometimes they allow those modifications too, because it's an earlier model year, and that car obviously is not as good on its own compared to maybe a newer model of that same type car. Alright, so we're going to come up here to an on-ramp and give ourselves a chance to accelerate so that you can hear this wonderful engine. Start here at 25 miles an hour, take it from there. That's right. Watch out for me on the racetrack. On the racetrack.